Here is 100 plus legitimate, real side hustles that actually work in 2023. Now, if you were like me, when I was getting started, I had absolutely no clue what to do. I know I wanted to start a business. I wanted to help people, provide value, but also make a good amount of money. And as you know, there is an infinite amount of options. And I would spend every day watching interviews or listening to podcasts, business podcasts, and just seeing what other people were doing and how they got their success. And these podcasts and interviews really helped me just because it helped me understand why people chose their path and how they actually got their success. But after watching hundreds of videos, I still didn't do anything, because the more people that I watched, the more options I saw that there were, and it became even harder to make a decision. But I set a deadline. I said, I'm going to start a business on January 1st of 2021. And so I came up with a business model for that. And since then, I've been able to grow my business to over $50,000 a month. And so I wanted to show you what makes a good side hustle, and then also show you 100 different side hustles that I think would work for you. Now, there is 3 criteria to picking a good side hustle. Number 1 is you want to pick a service-based business when doing a side hustle. You don't want to do any products when getting started. The reason is that for products, the margin is just so thin. Like, let's say you buy a product for $20, you sell it for $40, and you sell 1,000 of them. And so it looks like you made $40,000, but 20,000 of that was going to the products. And so you have 20,000 profit, and now you spent maybe $10,000 on ads promoting that. And so now you only have $10,000 profit. And now on top of that, you have support issues, you have returns, different softwares you have to pay for. So now you bring that profit down to $7,000. So you made $40,000, but really you only made $7,000. Now $7,000 is still really good, but you literally had to make $40,000 in order to reach that $7,000 profit mark. And most people's goal is $10,000 per month. And in my experience, just most of the people that I see that do drop shipping are no longer in drop shipping, or do like an Etsy store. Now, I'm not saying that those are great options, but all the people that I know that have ever done that don't do it anymore, just because there was so many fires that they had to put out constantly. There's customer problems, there's problems with the manufacturer. So there's a lot of things that you don't see when people tell you about drop shipping. And I have clients now that jump into a service-based business when they used to have an online store that did $500,000 a month, and they just hated it so much that they went into the service-based business. So all the people that are selling you drop shipping are overselling it, which is almost true for every industry. But I realistically, I don't really know a lot of people, or I personally don't know anyone that was in drop shipping and stuck with it long term. So for a service-based business, you're doing a lot more work, but you're getting paid for the work that you're doing. So really, your product is your skills and the time that you put in. So let's just say you do car detailing, you get paid to clean someone's car, which takes a little skill and your time, and most of it's profit. So let's just say you charge $150, you maybe pay $10 in gas getting to that person and $20 in cleaning and equipment, and so you have an 80% profit. And now let's say you provide a service that's worth thousands of dollars to people, and the profit margin stays the same at 80%, and you make $40,000 in your business. Now your profit is $32,000 rather than the $7,000 that you would have with a product-based business. Like, it's honestly just crazy, because I provide a service, and on average I make $1,000 to $3,000 per day. There's literally a restaurant in the building that I'm in that probably spent $50,000 or more just building out this restaurant, and maybe 50 people walk in there per day, maybe 50, but let's just say 100 people walk in. They sell 100 people a $10 sandwich. They made $1,000. Half of that goes to the cost of actually just making the sandwich and the food, and then they have to pay employees, they have light bills, they have rent, and on top of that, they're $50,000 or more in debt just building out this building. So realistically, your profits on this restaurant are very slim, maybe 30%, and I'm here making more money than this restaurant, which I feel bad, but I have a computer, and that's it. The next criteria when starting a side hustle is you want to have as much control as humanly possible when starting your business. If you look at every major company, like the huge companies like Amazon, Facebook, and all that, they try to be the US government. They try to control the entire world. Like, Amazon literally has every product in every industry, and they can create their own versions of the product, and then they can knock you off, and you can't like compete with Amazon because they own the website which everybody buys the products on. They also own the distribution channel, so they don't have to pay extra profits to UPS or USPS. They are in your TV, they are literally in your bedroom, and so everywhere you are, they are, and they have full control over everything. Now, you're probably not trying to be Amazon, but you want to control as much as you can, just because if you don't, then you leave yourself vulnerable and you can be shut down at any given time. Like, as an example, if you're selling a physical product and you're putting it on Amazon and you're relying on Amazon for most of the sales, Amazon knocks your product off. Now you're not getting any sales from Amazon. What are you going to do? Promote it on your own website, and nobody's going to your website, you know? So I see the whole affiliate marketing side hustle kind of fit into this category. You're not going to make as much money as you could if you just really sold your own product. And let's just say the product gets a bad reputation, and now you're connected to that product. Or if you're doing it successfully and you're making a lot of money from this affiliate offer, and all of a sudden the company goes under. Now you're not making any money because the product doesn't exist anymore. And it's kind of the same with white labeling. White labeling is like a partnership where you can create products or services and put your name or your brand on the product or service. Now, I think you can do white labeling pretty successfully, but let's just say you're white labeling video editing. You find someone that has a whole bunch of video editors for really cheap, and you find a whole bunch of YouTubers that want to have their videos edited. You sell the YouTubers video editing for really expensive, then you hire them to do it for really cheap. Now Now, a couple months from now, the video editors double their price. Now you have no profits because you were relying on these video editors, or the video editors all just disappear, or they shut down the company. Now you have a whole bunch of angry YouTubers that are relying on you, and everything's left on you, and so you're just caught with your pants down. So just try to own the whole system. You don't want to rely too heavily on someone else's product or someone else's service, because at any point, if anything changes, then you're left vulnerable. My third criteria to picking a side hustle is it's better to do B2B. You'll make a lot more money in the B2B space. So B2B is business to business. This is when you're offering a service to another business rather than just to normal people. Because if you think about it, what does the average person need every day? They need food, they need water, they need shelter. Sometimes they get luxuries like a massage, or maybe they need their apartment clean. And all these things are extremely cheap because what can the average person afford, right? They can maybe afford a couple $100s for a massage, or for cleaning an apartment, or $10 for food. And so the amount you can make there is very limited. But in B2B, you have marketing, IT support, staffing, partnerships, video production, photography, transportation. That's a huge one, transportation. These things cost tens of thousands of dollars, and businesses need them every single day. So let's just say you sell a massage to one person, that's $100 profit for the month. Now you sell a service to a business, that's $1,000 a month, and like how much different is that, right? That's a 10x difference. Like just in transportation and logistics, it is crazy lucrative. Like I used to work at a logistics company. You would cold call businesses, ask if they need anything shipped. You learn about the client. They say they have 16 pallets of avocados that need to go out 3 times a week to Denver, Colorado, and it needs to go in a dry van or a flatbed. You easily make $500 profit off of each shipment that you do 3 times a week. That's $1,500, and that's for 1 week, right? That's just one example. Every single business has problems every single day, and if you're there to help them fix those problems, then they're willing to pay you a lot more for that. So selling to business is usually easier, and you can make more money with it. So the 3 criteria for picking a good side hustle is use a service-based business, be in control as much as possible, and do B2B, helping other businesses. Now for the 100 offers that fit this criteria, you know how I said that I watched all these interviews and these podcasts of people talking about what they do and what their offers were? Well, I created a list of hundreds of these offers that work successfully for other people and I think would work really well for you. This document will be in the description below, but I'll read off some that I like. I guarantee home contractors 25 qualified sales appointments every 30 days. I can reduce your ad costs up to 56% your first month. I help ophthalmologists get more LASIK patients with the Zoom Through system. I help investors double their monthly rental income by a proven fully furnished rental strategy. I help plumbing, HVAC, and electrical contractors attract 100 to 200 prospects for their high value services per month on average. I help wedding filmmakers, I help pharmacy owners, I help taxes. So you might be thinking to yourself, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Like I don't know how to help pharmacies on their taxes or help fitness coaches do email marketing. But the thing is, everyone that's in this list, at one point they had no clue how to do any of this stuff either. But they figured out what the market wanted, what people were willing to pay for, and then they tried to solve that problem. That's all business is. It's just problem solving. A lot of people want everything handed to them like, hey, this is the exact step-by-step strategy on how to do this. But most of the times it's just problem solving. You have to figure it out, you know? So I wouldn't give up before you even start. I would look at the sheet, take one that you think that you would like, then spend a week trying to learn as much as you can about the industry and how to get results for these people. And if you actually do that for a week, I guarantee you'll be ahead of 80% of the competition that's selling to the same audience, because literally no one's ever doing research like this. So find the market you want to reach out to, figure out what the problems are, and then just try to find a solution for their problems. And if you can find the solution for their problems, they're willing to pay you a lot of money because they don't have the solution to their problems, right? So then we need to get clients, and we want to get clients as soon as we possibly can, because if we don't have a quick win, we're probably going to give up a lot sooner. Now, to get clients, we need to get good at doing direct outreach, like reaching out to people and seeing if they're interested in our offer. I have a whole free course on exactly how I get businesses interested in my offer every single day using this direct outreach, and you can find it in the second link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped. I'll talk to you guys soon.